Hey guys, welcome back to the JPM Performance channel. It is once again time for a shop tour. We are right here on the very last day of November. Hope you guys had a good Thanksgiving. I know it's been a couple weeks since we had a shop tour, and next thing you know it's going to be Christmas, and next thing you know it's going to be 2024. It'll be time to go racing before we know it. Weather update in Topeka is, it is cold in Topeka. We actually got about 8 inches of snow last weekend, so I got to use my snow blade that I bought 10 years ago and have not used in 10 years because it just hasn't snowed this much. So kind of an interesting start to our winter. But speaking of cold weather, we are doing a JPM Performance hoodie sale. So got to see if I can get this all out without fumbling over my words. It opened up this morning. It's only going to go for 5 days. It's going to be over next Monday because this way you will get them before Christmas. So I had a suggestion to do not only hoodies but non-hoodie sweatshirts. So there's both of those and different options all right down here below that you can order and stay warm for the winter and look good at the same time. So there's our sales pitch for the day. Let's get into the shop tour. So here we are with some bits and pieces for a couple of Honda motors. So a couple of Honda B18 crankshafts ready to go with their flywheels already installed. I've got a little bit of work to do on the cylinder head. Got a little Miata bits and pieces going on here. The bench over there is empty because I just finished up 4 differentials for the guys that I do all the differentials for. So the shop is, the bench over there is empty right now, but that won't last long. So over here, we're going to actually do our tip of the day. So when I think about things that maybe not everybody knows, I just like to bring it up to you guys. So you can see I've got some brand new Hoosier tires mounted up on some brand new Inky wheels. And when you get your Hoosiers and you take them to a place, a lot of guys just use whoever in town to get their tires mounted and balanced. Make sure that you tell them that the sticker goes on the inside. That's the way Hoosier suggests we mount these. So the sticker always goes on the inside. There's the outside of the wheel. There's the inside of the tire. Tip of the day. Pretty exciting, I know. But these are the little things that make the difference. So I've got an interesting little job here. I actually had a customer who was having some tire clearance issues on his lower control arms. These are for a Honda as well. And so I did some notching of the arm, so that way there's a little bit of room for the sidewall right here. It's really interesting, like, if you guys don't realize this, your race tires, the sidewalls move on the wheels like huge amounts. I mean, I've seen them move almost an inch, it seems like. So they were rubbing on the control arm, so now they are modified and they won't rub anymore. So pretty kind of a cool little modification. Got an interesting car in the shop, guys. Check this out. So this is actually the car that Rob Huffmaster put on the pole at the first Indy runoffs, which was 2017 in STU. A really cool Honda S2000, all fully done. If any of you guys know the Huffmasters, you know that they don't mess around when it comes to building race cars. And Rob's a national champion as well, an awesome driver. They don't really race anymore, at least I haven't seen them racing anytime recently, but had a new customer purchase this car. Unfortunately, I think it's going to go be a track day car. So go figure. Maybe they'll change their mind someday, but really cool car. Just going to look it over, check the alignment, get it on the dyno, make sure the tune is good, kind of fiddle with it. But it's really cool to be able to work on a really cool car like this. You know, you don't see a lot of S2000 race cars, so pretty neat little piece. Speaking of the differentials I was just talking about, here they are. Boxes always coming and going, right? So 4 differentials loaded up, packed up, ready to go. Got the Elders engine completed. It is in here, and it is heading up to Minnesota because they're going to be going to Sebring the 1st of January. So got that motor completed. So kind of rocking and rolling. Haven't been able to touch Chris Eden's engine quite yet, but I'm getting close, Chris, if you're watching. Won't be long. You can see I've got a battery charger just sitting here on Bill Verdine's car. When you don't run an alternator, and especially in the wintertime, if your car's going to sit a lot, it's sometimes good to just toss the battery charger on. I don't know that I'm all that hopped up about leaving a tender on for months on end on your battery, but bring it up to full charge and then just let it sit, make sure your master is off, and that way you won't have any issues. So, Mazda 2 update. The nose is still off because I'm still working on the oil lines. You can kind of see them here a little bit. Everything's so tight in this car. But you can see I've got some new Aeroquip lines. The oil cooler is all hooked up. I've got my check valve in place. And what I'm doing is I'm working on finalizing the AccuSump routing. So I've got the main AccuSump line coming from the AccuSump up to a proper bulkhead fitting. So this just had this big hole in the floor, and it was just kind of looked like a metal beaver did it. So I made this nice little patch and riveted that in and put a proper bulkhead fitting in there. The other thing that I did is I wasn't all that hopped up about the gauge of the battery cables. So these are actually 1 gauge welding cable. This is what I like to use for battery cables. So kind of replacing a few things, taking my time, working on, you know, making it the way it should be. So just kind of chipping away here. Need to get the exhaust off and to get my oxygen sensor bung welded in, but you can see the benches. I don't have a big pile of stuff on the bench anymore. I've got my oxygen sensor for the LCU1. So for those of you that don't know, these LCU1s are the AIM version of an oxygen sensor, and these things are awesome. They self-calibrate. It's like they never go wrong. If you've had different oxygen sensors and different systems in your car, like Innovates and things like that, it seems like it takes 2 minutes for them to warm up, and they're inconsistent and just a total pain. So I'm a big fan of these LCU1s, and of course the AIM stuff in general. So that's where we're at this week, guys. We're gonna roll into December, and we're gonna keep working on stuff in the shop. As you'll see, it happens every year. It's always quiet in December. It gives me a chance to catch up on everything, and then as soon as January gets here, it's all gonna hit the fan. So I'm gonna enjoy these next few weeks, getting some stuff done and getting some engines taken apart and ready to go, and then we'll be ready for 2024. Hard to believe how fast these years go by, but like I said, I hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving last week with whoever you did that with, and I appreciate you guys watching, and make sure you hit up the link below for the sweatshirts. So have a great rest of your week, guys. See you soon.